Good morning, journal. Today I want to talk about the ladder technique, something I came across most recently, and I am interested in experimenting with it and seeing what it does for me on my journey here. The ladder technique basically it's a visualization that you do while you're just before you go to bed. So basically, you will visualize yourself climbing a ladder, but the ladder that you're climbing, you're going to do it with details and feelings. So you're going to partake in every movement in the visual. So stepping up to the ladder, holding the sides of the ladder, climbing the ladder, feeling the climb of that ladder, even acknowledging how you may feel. That I know if anything, I am one that does not like climbing ladders. I'll do it if I have to, but I do not like climbing ladders. Let that be said. And so, and then once you climb up the ladder, you can climb down the ladder. And you just kind of play that into a loop until you fall asleep. And then the next day, you provide resistance, conscious resistance, because climbing ladder, you're dealing with your subconscious. In the daytime, in your conscious waking hours, you're dealing with your consciousness, and you put resistance. So you're saying, I am not climbing a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. And so just periodically throughout the day, you would say that or have notes. It encourages to have notes on your mirror, on just different places, and you would say, I will not climb the ladder. Now, for me, for what I have learned, that goes against everything that I always believed. It's like, what's the point of affirmations if I'm going to sit here and not say and do a resistance during my conscious hours about not climbing a ladder? And the whole point is, I believe, is to show just how powerful your subconscious is. Because whatever your subconscious is fed from you is what you're doing to change your belief system in your subconscious, or rather upgrade. I don't know why I do that click sound. But anyway, and so for me, I thought, let me give this a shot and see what happens. And the more that before deciding to actually do it, I kept thinking about it, and just, it would periodically throughout the day just pop up in my head. And I thought, And it made me realize that our manifesting may not be through conscious decisions. So here's how I see it. We make conscious decisions and in our waking hours. And in those conscious decisions before you go to sleep, then you say, all right, subconscious, here's what I gathered for today. Here's what I've decided that I want to do or want to get or experience. And so now you take that decision that you came across. There was a reason you came across that decision. So I already assume that it's going to be mine and that I have it and that it is because I want to experience it. So I lay down, and there are days where I am actually reflecting the day just before I fall asleep, or I just fall asleep. But to have control of your life and your being the creator of your life, this is probably how it's supposed to be. We're doing everything backwards. This is my assumption. This is what I'm thinking. So your subconscious is like the one that communicates and deals with the universe, while your conscious mind is what tells your subconscious what you want or what you want to experience or have, or whatever. And in order to do that, this is how it happens. Because whatever your subconscious takes in and comes to believe, it's already working with the universe to make that happen. Whether in your conscious hour you're saying, I don't want to climb a ladder, I'm not climbing a ladder, that doesn't matter. That's not what makes the deciding factor of what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to experiment with this and see how this comes out and see if my theory is correct or my understanding is correct or not. I might be. So I wrote down some things, and I want to read it out so that I can stay on track. So I'm going to, my personal journal is manifesting with the ladder technique. But my thing is, I don't want to use a ladder. I thought something simple, just as simple and easy as the ladder. Because I feel like I have to have it personal to me, that has some type of meaning. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I'm going to experiment a little bit. And if it doesn't work out the way that I'm hoping and assuming that it will, then I will actually go verbatim, just as it says on the ladder technique. So I am really excited about this. So I'm feeling really excited about this and experimenting with it right now. And I've chosen to manifest a certain amount of money using Neville Goddard's ladder technique. I know this is a bold step for me because I'm not going based on the ladder, but I'm genuinely curious to see what unfolds with all of this. So here's how I'm going to do it. First, I'm going to imagine receiving that said amount of money from an unexpected source. And it's kind of wild to think about it, but I'm trusting that the feeling of already having it is enough to plant the seed. I've decided to document this so I can see how my mind and feelings evolve through the process. So I did do a visualization the first night. I would say, I think I fell asleep too fast. Because honestly, the first night, which was not last night, but the night before, that was Wednesday, I can't even remember if I actually went through the whole process of visualizing the money. So I'm visualizing that I'm seeing the money. I'm going into my phone, the same process as I would to go into my banking app. And opening it up and seeing that set amount of money in the account from an unknown source, because I don't care where it comes from. So from an unknown source. And I don't know if I actually completed the process when I started the other night. I'm guessing I didn't, but I can't say that for sure. And then last night, I did a little practice. So before going to bed, I actually decided to come into the room, close door, get myself quiet space. And I literally was like, all right, here's it. I'm going to break down the details. And I broke down the details of how I was going to do this and do this visualization. It was like a practice before actually going to bed, because it was still early in the evening. It was like maybe around 7. And so when I did it, I felt good about it. In fact, I felt so good about it. It almost felt like I was in a hypnotic state, a hypnosis, if you will, because I was really immersed into it. So I don't even know if that counts. But, I felt good coming out of it. I opened my eyes afterwards and then I thought, oh yeah. So I wrote down the note. I am not going to receive said amount of money from an unexpected source today. And so I have it in the bathroom. I have it by my mirror. I haven't put a reminder on my phone yet for me to think of that. But nonetheless, it's okay, because periodically through the day, it pops up and I think of that I'm not going to receive this set amount of money from an unexpected source today. It feels so weird putting out a resistance because I'm so set on always putting on enabling thoughts of affirmations for my growth, for my awakening process in this journey. But anyway, so then last night I did it again, I said that's where I was at. So bedtime comes and I'm laying down. I get myself in a position where I normally don't sleep. I'm a side sleeper. Which side does not matter. But sleeping on my back is an issue for me. I don't like being on my back. So I decided, well, it's good to start with being on my back. So I did that. I did the visualization and then I looped it because I wasn't asleep. So once the visualization was done, I would imagine closing my phone, turning it off, hearing the little tick as it shuts off, and putting my phone down, and then starting over again, picking my phone up, feeling the weight of my phone in my hands, opening it as I usually do, going to the app, doing the process to open it as I usually do in the login process, which is just my thumbprint. And then from there, seeing the money and allowing myself to feel the excitement. Was the feeling of excitement strong? Not really, but it was there. It was there. And I felt relief. I could feel myself smiling. I could feel happiness, like, oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, you know. And then from there, I even went and took it further to see where the money came from. So I clicked on the amount because it shows like where it's coming from, and it had like a question mark unknown. I was like, whew, this is really cool. Then the excitement kind of built because now I'm thinking as I'm visualizing, this is my manifestation. And then I do the process of closing everything down, still feeling happy, holding on to those feelings, closing the phone. And I did it a couple of times until I actually did fall asleep. In fact, I don't even remember falling asleep. I just remember waking up. But when I woke up, I didn't question whether I completed it or how many times. All I said was, it is mine. It is done. And went back to sleep. I wake up a lot of times throughout the night. So for me, to fall back asleep and say it is done, it was a relief because I didn't have to have the stress of thinking, oh, I got to do this loop again. No, it was enough. I did what I had to do. And then today it is like, I am not going to receive said amount of money from an unknown source today. It's just not going to happen. So today, this morning, I did write down my resistance. I told myself I won't receive the set amount of money today, but that's the point, right? Is to really build that resistance, because I guess the end result is to see just how strong and powerful your subconscious is and what a tool it is to use to create and manifest the things that you want. So tonight I'm going to do it. It says to do it 3 days, but I'll do it more. It doesn't matter. The whole idea, I think, also of the resistance is to let go, to not wait for the manifestation to happen, not wait for it to come. So I think that's what that's about. And so that's what I'm going to do today. Also, a little tidbit I've noticed, I want to write this down too as a side note. I'll write this down. My mind is like I'm writing in my journal. Is that last night and the night before, I also had some dreams, some really vivid dreams, but I'll just kind of skim through what that is. I have been really working on manifesting a set amount of money with my other experiment of my affirmations, and working on getting my subconscious to believe that. And I have been doing these I am affirmations, and I have been sleeping with my I am affirmations on. I did it for one night and I forgot to do it last night. So I got to do it some more. But in the process of all that, the dreams that I had, first of all, it was of 2 nights in a row, I had a dream of a celebrity, the same celebrity, the first night and the second night. And I'm like, why? I woke up this morning and I'm not really, to me, celebrities are just people like us. I don't see anything like special, if you will. But I guess in my subconscious, my higher self or something used that as I think I was getting some messages. And so I was like, why am I dreaming about this celebrity? And it dawned on me, well, there are certain things that I have put out that I really want to accomplish, that I really am in love with experiencing. And my subconscious is like, okay, one of that is to be a multimillionaire. I don't know if I should be sharing that, but that was one of the things. And it's like, all right, well, I feel like the universe is saying, hey, everything is here for you. Everything is ready, but we need to get you ready. And if you're going to accept, you're going to have this, you got to become it. And here's what you need to do. And so I feel like the reason why that this celebrity was in my dream is because this celebrity does exemplify someone who is, and is a female, who is powerful in her walk as a female in who she is. And she is very determined and focused. And she does not deter, she doesn't allow distractions to deter her from her plans and what she's got going on. So basically, if I'm going to be a multimillionaire, I need to match that frequency with the mind. I need to match my mindset with the frequency of that of a multimillionaire. That has to add up. It has to match up. Otherwise, it can't manifest. But it's right there knocking at the door. So, and then there were other details of this dream that told me, that showed me that I need to have specific types of routines, something to help me to manage my time, to help me to do things in a way that a millionaire does, and so I just feel like the message was heard. I got the message, and I believe that's what that was, using that celebrity as an example of the mindset that I need to have. So I'm going to do my research upon this said celebrity and just kind of, see how she is, watch what she does. She does have some behind the scenes things that I could look up, like when she's done concerts and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my homework. But I have already started doing some things, even like taking care of myself, my body better. So even, I was always either procrastinating when it comes to yoga, yin yoga, or just putting it off, or just, I haven't done it in such a long time. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing this consistently. I don't want to become attached to them. So if I don't do it at a specific time, or if it's, if I do it in the evening instead of the morning that day, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Yes, I want a routine, but if it's not done because something else took place, I'm not going to beat myself over it. And to me, that's called not being attached. So I have done yoga. I've done the yin yoga today, back to the beginner, because it's been some time. Couple of years, even more maybe, and then sporadically in between I might have done one or two. So, but that's what I wanted to share today. The ladder technique for Neville Goddard. I will put in the description what I found. I found it on YouTube, and I'll put that link in the description for anybody who is interested in finding out what the ladder technique is outside of what I was giving. So I know that this is my journal, but I just wanted to put that out because I'm also aware that people will be listening, for those of you who do listen, whoever this resonates to. Much love and light. I love myself. I love you. I love life. Unconditional love. I've got to work on my endings. Namaste.